Two sides to the story podcast. And two sides to the story podcast. It's the host, B Mike.
Young Wade in the cut.
Ugly Truth.
And Chad G.
Hey, now, man, appreciate y'all stepping in and tuning in to the show. We got a good topic, man. I feel like everybody can chime in real good. Even the audience, I feel like y'all going to appreciate the topic we got. Might be some things y'all can use and help us out with. Also, even when you watch the videos, give some comments on, certain things you see, your goods and your bads. We have to take them how it is. Criticism is good criticism and bad. We got to learn how to accept it what it is. Our topic today we're going to do today is going to be, what is the advantage of having both parents in the household? But we're going to tie it in with thinking about, too, also having both parents, but the environment with living in. Different avenues, and everybody give your points, how you feel about that situation, like, in your way.
I'll let you know. Mister, I'm trying to think so hard. Let that shit flow out.
That was it. I mean, I talked about
What you got, Chad G? What you got?
Hey, man. To me, it's a good thing for examples to show that it's two people in the household. That's what you was asking.
Yeah.
What's your perspective on what?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I mean, of course, it's an advantage. I don't having two people in the household.
Niggas tripping, bro.
What's up, bro? Y'all tripping, bro? What's up?
It was scratching back of my
You
neck.
came back with a smile on your face, though.
Like, goddamn.
Hey, he heard.
Oh, my mom, I just did this.
I saw the look
I'm
on
just
your
listening.
face, bro.
Exactly.
I seen the look on your face.
On who face? On my face?
Hey, real talk, let's get it, though.
What you got, Chad G?
For me, I think it's a good thing for you to have the example of having two parents in the household, because that's how it's supposed to be. You have two different outlooks, the two people to take life from and understand. But at the same time, if they have bad habits, is it a good thing of having those two parents? You know what I'm saying? Or are they ready to be parents? You know what I'm saying? Like, let us really dig off into it, because I feel like we use that narrative of you having those two parents as an advantage versus not growing up with two parents. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up with two parents, and my parents wasn't like that. But I'm just saying, I seen other people parents like
what?
that, like shit, they wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had kids, but they didn't have the tools to be able to understand what it takes to be able to show somebody how to live this life. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't fully understand it at that point in time. So I feel like it's a good, like I say, it's a good example to have, because that's what we need to see. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, the kid can also, like, sometimes when we used to talk, asking your kid, how am I doing as a parent? How do you feel? What can I change? You know what I'm saying? Just having that good dialogue like that, I feel is good too.
That's a good question to ask a child, and that's something parents don't like to do. They don't like to ask that question because they so much of being a high priority, or I'm the king or the queen of the house. And it's cool to say that, but that child got feelings too, and you want that child to also always have a connection with you, because that's when you get lost in the loop of want to know certain things, and they hide from you because scared of your reaction, scared how you're gonna attack the situation. So you wondering why my relationship ain't as tight to where they can't come to me. So I'm not never saying like stay away from the discipline, keep discipline, but never lose a relationship or a bond to where they feel like they can't come talk to you about something. You always want the door open for that. But yeah, man, it is some, like you say, it is pros and cons. It's it could be good, it can be bad. Because like you say, you might have one parent that's really on top of their game on parenting, and one of them really just not on their game. So because it's just something that just happened, so they learning themselves, or So now you got two. You do got two parents, but you got one probably learning from another. Yeah. So that's still like a learning process, but you getting raised up at the same time. So and then it's
like a lot of work though.
Yeah, that's something people don't talk about. That's really a job. You know what I'm saying? Just picture, especially them days. You know what I'm saying? Back in them 70s and 80s, man.
Drugs.
7, 18 years old, by 19, 20, first child come out the gate. You already know, because majority wasn't going to college anyway. You was getting a local job around the neighborhood.
college.
and a baby came, or you went to the Army or the Navy.
At that
Like,
time,
can't- you know,
college
it just-
wasn't the
Everybody
main
parents,
priority.
everybody parents can afford it. That was the main thing.
Yeah.
No, okay, I get that. So I guess my question to your thing is like, why put yourself in that position to begin with?
I know what Charles saying, but like
Planned Parenthood during that time, so it's like I always say, I don't see the difference between today and before, except technology. And the thing is that information is there, and we talk about it. Nobody's using it. Mine's had me at a very young age that if I was I wouldn't have had it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that would have scared the mess out of me. I mean, this the whole flip that she did from still being in school, then getting out of school, and your point, like you said, at that point you raising a child and yourself. But how can you do that when you still don't fully know yourself?
yeah,
So that's kind of the question with that. With yours is like,
you gotta have that power to
can
keep
you-
going too.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
'Cause that's hard too. Like that stop a lot of people's life. Like a lot of people don't know how to pick back up after that. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
go to college and still can take care of that child. I know you salute that, man, for a parent that can do that. But it's like nowadays, like you say, technology done changed and helped out. Everybody don't have to physically be there no more. You can catch so much stuff online and dive in that way. That's how people is able to graduate and still raise a
Let
child.
me ask you this with the point you just made. So if I felt like I had the kid young or whatever, and I gave up my life, what do y'all feel the expectations of the parent as far as trying to push them to elevate and succeed? Because I gave up my life for yours. You know what I'm saying? How do y'all feel about that point?
one insert. When you say gave up your life, what does that mean?
My dreams, the things that I want to do that was in front of me that I was trying to accomplish, and I made this choice of
But
having.
the baby, you talking about the baby, right?
No, I'm
The
talking
mama
about
and the baby?
Yeah, I'm saying, how do y'all feel about because you got people out there like that, like, you know what I'm saying, like you had people had football careers and they stopped doing that just so they can have some money right now.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying, and then once this kid comes come up age to where they can start fulfilling some of these dreams that I had.
Oh, yeah, I
you
can
know what I'm
see
saying, or just I gave up my dreams for
Now
so
you
you
wanna-
gonna do something with your life.
So now you about to basically live your dreams. 9 times out of 10, they normally live their dreams through
the
their
child.
child.
But I feel like all the parents, I mean,
No, I'm saying, like, to answer what you said, you said I gave up my dreams and I had you. So now you basically said you gonna do something.
Yeah.
It ain't no, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. No, I had this going and I stopped doing this. So you're going to do this.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not two sides.
No, that sound like, brother, you it's one sided. You know what I'm saying? So hey,
Okay, so on that note, to answer that question,
because the kid didn't choose to be here. You laid up and did that.
But
So I don't feel
on that
like,
situation, it's still up to that person though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not saying like you stopped your life, because you don't really stop your life. You still can achieve your goals with a child. It ain't like you can't do nothing at all with a child. It's just saying a sacrifice. It might take me a little longer because I might got to do a little something a different way because I got to have time for my child, because some parents might not believe in all this daycare and dropping off my child with everybody, seeing everybody. So I would rather sacrifice me going, and I might got to go get me a job. I might ain't got the back end to where I don't have to worry about income, so I can really get out there and do me. So I might got to get a little income. So it's all about the situations you in. Not saying you stopping your life, because you know, it's some strong women out here that, hey, I ain't finna depend on that dude. I seen what he
my mama
done.
did a damn good job. You did.
what about the daddy though?
I mean, I ain't just gonna talk about just saying the mama. It's some daddies
Hey,
out here too.
let me
But
let me
I
speak
ain't-
on my situation then. You know what I'm saying? I was, not to cut you off.
So
you know,
was you two parents or what?
I was one parent.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My mama was 2 weeks pregnant. My daddy went to the pen. He got out when I was 15. You know what I'm saying? So throughout that age time, I used to go visit him. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. Get out. My mama still raised me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say nothing bad on him. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I ain't downgrading nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna speak on what my mama did. She did everything she was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? She was the mother first, and then she did whatever she could as the father. You know what I'm saying? And I seen that growing up. Whenever we ain't had nothing shit, it wasn't no, oh, let me go ask. If we ain't have it, we ain't have it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no, let me go borrow this, let me go borrow that. Nah, hell no. She showed me how to go grind. If you want it, shit, we about to go get it.
You got siblings?
Nah, not by her. I'm the only child.
Okay.
But on my daddy's side, I got a sister. I got an older sister. You know what I'm saying? And so I actually seen her, like, cause she used to go to El Centro or whatever. So she'll have me in the back of the class while she in the class. You know what I'm saying? Giving presentations and all that. It was just I seen her be so dedicated. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me go so hard. You know, so.
So even with me understanding, you know, your situation already, but not the audience, but like say. Where did you find those male figures, or did you realize, did she tell you that you know, hang around these people so you could pick up that?
Nah, all right. So of course I had cousins, you know what I'm saying? So my cousins and my uncles played a big role, you know. So my cousins used to babysit me or whatever, and so shit, they wasn't a father figure, but they was the big cousins as far as like, we gonna toughen you up, you know what I'm saying? I played football my whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like the football had that part, but it was also, you needed that, you know, I feel like boys, you know what I'm saying, they need love and they also need tough love. You know what I'm saying? Just out here nowadays anyway. Yeah. But back then, they was the tough love that I needed, you know what I'm saying, since I didn't have that father figure, you know, so I got it from her, and I also got the tough love from them. You know?
What's your definition of tough love?
Shit, it ain't no crime. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like love coming with discipline.
Yeah,
you know
discipline.
I'm just asking though, because I feel like, you know, amongst how we were raised, you know what I'm saying.
All right.
A lot of
so nowadays, you know, it's a thing called gentle parenting. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that I guess they don't whoop the kids, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, for example, Billy, sit down, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he tell you no, and I was raised not to talk back, not to cuss, not to lie, you know what I'm saying? Not to do none of that in front of an elder, and definitely not my mama, you know what I'm saying? So nowadays, to see these kids doing it in front of their parents, this like, They didn't get raised up how we got raised up, because that shit wasn't allowed.
So in that, as far as the gentle parenting, I think without the whoopings, it was more that growing up in our era, we had standards. We had guidelines. This is what we don't do.
Morals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Versus the gentle parents, and it's like you discipline a child who don't know the boundaries.
And then nowadays too, shit, you got parents out here trying to be best friends with their kid.
Mm-hmm.
My mama, I bet not say, mama, you my best friend to this day. You know what I'm saying? She ain't trying to hear that. I'm your mama first.
But y'all don't feel like at a certain point, you know what I'm saying, I can still, because you want me to tell you stuff, you want me to.
But
I'm saying at a certain point where I need this advice. You know what I'm saying? I need some sound advice.
You still giving it, but my mama is the type of mother that I'm mama first. I ain't best friend. I ain't home girl. I ain't none of that. I'm your mama.
Yeah. I mean, cause to me,
but that's the person I go to about anything. You know what I'm saying? That's my ride or die.
I feel like, cause I still do that to my mama, but I feel like that what you just said. But I feel like we got a that type of relationship to where like we all. I ain't gonna say,
but you don't
say homeboy, but I'm just saying we feel comfortable like that, but we don't act like.
But you don't say it though.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. We feel it, but we don't say it. Like, come on, homegirl, you my best friend. We don't. You my mama.
Yeah.
Mom Dukes. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Real talk
like that, because it's almost like, okay,
between
like the levels of it,
and
that respect and the boundaries, you don't cross.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like you can talk to anybody between your mama, your friends, whoever.
There's no boundaries.
But there's a line that you just are, you just don't do. You know what I'm saying?
And see, I was brought up in the old. You know what I'm saying? So when I see little cousins and shit, bro, don't do that. We don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't cuss. You don't cuss in front of your granny. None of that. You know what I'm saying? And shit. When I always open the door for women. You know what I'm saying? Shit, cause I don't know. That's how that's respect. You know what I'm saying?
Respect, baby.
Nah, it ain't even about the number. You know what I'm saying? It's just the respect. I feel like us is men, you know what I'm saying, we kings out here, you know, and shit. You don't want your queens and shit to be out here doing something that you supposed to be doing.
So let's go back to the question, what y'all feel about, so if you don't have both parents, do you feel like other people do have other people in their life? I mean, for that example, do you feel like that person has other people around, like, but you don't identify them because you want it to be your mother or father?
You saying like as far as like if your like
Like if you don't-
boyfriend and girlfriend and shit?
Or it could be boyfriend and girlfriend, uncles, just other people that grandparents.
Nah,
other people
yeah.
that could be stepped into that role.
It does, but when I say that, I don't go too deep in it, you know what I'm saying? Because as far as like in my household, it was just me and my mama. You know what I'm saying? Like we stayed with my granny at one point in time. I even stayed with my godmama, you know what I'm saying, one point in time, you know, but it was like as far as like in my household, it was just me and her. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nobody else. It was like shit, when she got her apartment, it was just me and her in that apartment.
I know my upbringing with that situation, when you saying structure-wise too, because any house we went over, it's straight respect out the gate. You like, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing be the problem, because I think the level of respect for the titles in families really is not a big part no more. Like, you know, grandpa, granddaddy, I mean that's on top. Mom and daddy, that's right behind it. I mean, you know, uncles and aunties, you know, that's to me, that your uncle and auntie, to me, my opinion, they supposed to be, when your mom and daddy not around, they stepping up playing that role, and you gonna respect them just like that's your mom and daddy. Because obviously they got to be either your mama, sister, brother, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
But people wanted those roles.
Yeah, I mean, at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's just some people just happy to say, "Oh man, I'm a niece. I got a niece. I'm an uncle now. Oh, I got a nephew." Well, you really playing that role of a real uncle. And then you got some people like, "Oh, you really doing this out of spite, or you doing this out of love, or you doing this because later on I'm gonna throw it back in your face." Just to throw it back in your face to have something over you, where, you know, you really didn't do it out of love at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's pros and cons with them situations too, with not knowing if somebody really doing it genuinely. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you accepting it, but are you really doing it genuinely from your heart though? So
What was your upbringing?
I was single parent for a short period of time until my mom met my stepdad. It was interesting because to this day, you know, I hear y'all talk about, you know, your dads, you know, your granddads. I didn't ever see my granddad. And then it's like using the word dad or father is not in my vocabulary. It's hard for me. Like,
I feel you on that.
Even
man.
today.
it's a thing, it's part of like my vernacular when I tell people, when I say, hey man, bro, I'm cool with you. Like, I mean that.
Yeah.
For the fact, because of how important a word and the power and what it carries. You know, when I had my daughter, to hear her say daddy, boy, that hit different, bro. Cause I can't even say it.
man,
And say it within confidence and say, daddy, I need you, daddy, I want you.
Yeah.
I cannot say that, bro.
Yeah.
So,
it's music to your ears though, boy.
no, it's different. So, I mean, because, you know,
Man.
I didn't have that. Nothing against them. I mean, without going too deep, it's like, you know, you understand now as an adult what your father went through and why he is what he is, right? But the upbringing for me was like, it was cool because I had my stepdad. So even though he wasn't my biological, it was hard for me still as I got older because I don't know myself. I only know one part of me, like I only know my mother. I know her demeanor, kind of like, you know, what Young Wade said, you know, she had me very young and got out, went to school, and then I went to this place, you know, luckily I had, you know, family around me, so they was able to babysit and watch me, so I didn't have to, you know, deal with that, you know, that daycare stuff. And then my stepdad came around. It was cool for the fact because, you know, my mama happy.
Yeah.
But then I'm getting older. I'm like, man, this ain't my daddy.
Yeah.
Trying to discipline me, like, no. But I had respect for my uncles though. My Uncle James, like, he said something cool. My uncle said something cool. My grandma, but can't no other man tell me because my daddy don't even say nothing to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. So it took me a while, you know, to kind of like, okay, understand his role per my grandmother. So I'm okay, cool, but it's like at the same time, don't disrespect me because again, in my mind, don't no other man talk to me that way who I don't know. Then I think was different too. The upbringing is the communication factor. You know, I felt like I didn't really know of him. You know what I'm saying? Like the type of conversations when me and my mom had, I knew about how she grew up in school and stuff. I didn't really know, you know, nothing. So I felt sometimes a little bit of detachment because I mean he here, ain't got no choice.
You talking about your stepdad?
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know you, know
Yeah.
you. You know what I'm saying?
Did he try to have a relationship and talk?
No,
to
I mean,
you?
look, I loved it for the fact because on the weekends he was the man that took care of the bills.
Okay.
You know, so I love because it was for one a way to get from the house, clean it up. So we go ride in the car, bang the music. I seen that structure how a man goes out, work, you know, and provide for the family. But then the other side, when I was asking you Wade about tough love, it's like that mother love is different, and then that love from a male figure is different. And I felt that with my uncle, but just because he was expressive about stuff, and it felt weird at first because I wasn't used to it. But as I got older, I started to appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Especially as I got older, you know, with other, you know, brothers that look like me, you know, speaking what's on your mind, and you know this, and it's like, oh, it's different, you know, with a female, because it's like, I mean, we are the same species, so we have certain things that we do, our mannerisms that we understand, that a woman will never understand. I don't, you know, no matter what she might read about, but you don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? Just I don't feel how you feel. You know, when you wake up with cramps and you don't understand how I feel. You know, when I had my thing, it's just something you cannot do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But overall, it was great because you know he got me into football, sports. The funny thing about it, he was left-handed, I'm left-handed.
Yeah.
So I got to learn, you know, how to play quarterback with, you know, with a left hand, different than the right hand. But I just
He taught you that?
yeah.
Okay.
I think
Talking about your uncle or your?
I'm sorry, my stepdad. My
Stepdad,
Yeah. My uncle, man, he like that water, man. He was a swimmer. He's a swimmer, man. He was like a dog on, yeah.
I like that water too.
But see, that's back in the day those schools, man, they had the bowling team, swim team, they had all these organizations, you know, things going on in school versus now.
Chess team, all that.
But the bowling team, bro, in high school, I would have loved that.
But we you know, but those were the things we were proud to be a part of back then, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add to the topic, which it ain't adding to the topic, really just bringing up the end of the topic. When we were talking about the environment of coming up, because I think some people be having it confused with life too, because you got people that's, when I say far as, and you really can use the ATL movie as a good example. Young Wade had mentioned that earlier, of people that's like living in the hood environment versus people living in a nice environment, but they feel like if they live in a hood environment, it's more cooler, you know. And if I don't like you don't want to appreciate where you living at. Then you looking at a hood person, they might want to be in that environment though. The environment you really running away from, but it'd be like at the same time, would we even know how to accept that? You know what I'm saying? Would you know how to even blend in with that? It's like the mentality that you have because you come in from the environments you be around. It really will mess up a kid's mind. Like saying you growing up every day, all you seeing is winos, people walking around with their head down, you know, just asking for money and begging. But you just want to go hoop that day. But just look at but you wake up like, man, look at all I'm seeing. Instead of using that as the biggest motivation, and that should be your motivation. Like, man, I'm for to use that. You know what I'm saying? Use that for motivation, man. You know what I'm saying? To use that for you won't be like that. Not saying talking about nobody in them situations, because I don't know their story at all. There's always two sides to a story. I'm just speaking in general. Use stuff for motivation, you know what I'm saying? And stop using stuff where you ain't there thinking that's where you want to be, because you don't know what that person going through. You know, and so I know two parents raising up, you in a rich neighborhood, versus saying two parents raising up in a ghetto. That's two different lifestyles, because believe me, that's two different upbringings for sure. You sleeping good at night in that good neighborhood. Believe me.
But I feel like at the same time, look at the type of person, because really, look at the type of person they create. Because most of the time, the people us that moved to those spots were the ones that was in the hood. That
I know
you know what I'm saying?
it's some people. You know, I say it ain't like everybody came out the womb just everybody's rich. You know what I'm saying? Everybody work their way up, and that's what you're supposed to do.
But the key thing you said is how you use this information. You know what I'm saying?
It's how you use it. Yeah.
That go back to how we was talking about it. It don't matter which side you were born in or what you came up in, this and that. It's what you want, and how do you shield everything away from you to get that what you want. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, some of them in the hood, the first shiny thing they see is the dope, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't get that example of the doctor, or they did,
Or
but
waking up seeing somebody going
It
to
was
the park
wasn't that
with
many
a
of them.
suit on, certain tie on.
But what catch your eye when you young?
You know what I'm saying? This picture
Flashy.
you waking up and seeing your homeboy coming home late. You know, I mean, I know he just came from the club. You seeing Mr. Such and Such, he a plumber. You see Mr. Whatchamacallit, he got another little uniform. But in the other neighborhood, you gonna see this dude got a suit on, so you know in your mind, you probably that man might be an intern. You don't even know.
Yeah.
But just by him having a suit and you see his demeanor, you automatically thinking he's rich because the environment you've been brought up in and seeing what you seeing, because you know we don't dress like that on an everyday basis. Only on Sunday, as they say. So that's why I said the upbringing too. To me, it's the environment plays a big role. Mentality wise, you have to be strong too. At the same time too, as parents, we can move our kids out these environments and be thinking just because we to move in the uppity neighborhood, and that can still turn on you because your child can just get in that mindset of, oh man, we got it. I ain't gotta earn nothing. Oh, I'm finna live on my parents. I'm gonna act a certain type of way because you ain't seen what it took to get there. They didn't see how you came up to get there. They just seen the aftermath of this is where we live at now. But you don't know what your mama did 15 years ago or 10 years ago from that situation, how they became where they are now. It's always a story to everything.
But that's what I'm saying is that parent for those situations is that parent really going back and explaining to these kids.
You got to do that though.
Because I look at either situation you in, it's just about explaining really
what you
know what I'm
doing?
saying? All the parent supposed to do is get their child ready for life.
I think what you were saying like in the earlier segment, as far as like when you say ask your kids what kind of parent am I, right? And you said most of them don't want to hear that, right? Mm-hmm. So as far as growing up, what's funny to me is like you look at these rappers, right? And then let's say like for the entertainment between the rappers and the Hollywood folks, how sometimes they want to like swap sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
they get confused.
What's crazy is like what I've heard y'all speak, just explain is like classism, and that class better than this class, or it's like going to high school. Well, I can't deal with you. You a fish. You a lower class. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got this preset mindset just based on where we're at, right? So what you were saying earlier, Big Mike, as far as like being cool going to the hood, it's like where I'm at, it's so quiet, it don't look fun. It don't look entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So it's like wherever you start off at, it's like, dang, that look more entertaining than what I'm doing and vice versa, right? But we talking about the actual like facts of life, you could look at it, okay, on that aspect, they got a head start and I'm behind. But the end goal is that we all gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you do with your life? Yeah. No matter where you at. So it's like, so kind of going back to your question as far as the environment, where I grew up at, it was crackheads, stuff like that, and prostitutes. But for the most part, the way my mom kept me busy, my uncle, I seen it, but it was something I can see myself doing. I was scared a little bit, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Especially like hearing stories about, East Oakland. I'm like, nah, you don't want to be on that side. Of my grandma, Richmond. I'm like, nah, you don't want to be over there. So it's like when I came to Texas, it was so funny to me because like in Arlington, before it blew up, these kids got grass, nice houses. They always tell me, what's up, blood? I'm like, bro, what blood? Where? Yeah. We in Arlington, Texas. Mm-hmm. We got trash coming here 3 days out the week.
We like, good, baby.
Like, what you talking about?
Yeah.
Y'all got good air, no smog, and you talking about something.
And y'all bringing this shit out here.
Bro. The funny thing is, though, these cats didn't grow up like that. Yeah. Watching TV, like I said, classism, bro. So it's like it's funny to me. Like again, I grew up seeing my folks used to clean white folks' houses, bro, nice houses. Thinking, oh, this is nice, but for some reason I didn't feel comfortable because I felt like due to classism, at the time I wasn't supposed to be there. It was only for them. Until I met another uncle who lived in North, I think California. Dude got money. Yeah, Gators on all the time, got his pipes. This is where I need to be at. Now I realize, okay, I can be here and not look like them. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. And in each key moment is about having them examples that you do see. Whether whatever environment it is, it's just identifying that for some reason I do like this or I don't like this, cause I like shit. If you want to be a dope dealer, be a dope dealer. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping, but at the same time, that ain't for me, cause I don't feel that. That's not. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that come from your parents first. You seeing how they are, and then you going off into your environment, just seeing how it is and how you can really be.
Let me ask you a question real quick. What's y'all opinions? How would y'all feel if there were no classes, right? We still had our kids, and there was no so and so living inside the neighborhood. Everybody just had open lane. We had buildings and stuff, but just there were no classes. There was no I can look at you and judge you based on where you stay at. How do you think the world would be as far as raising kids in that type of environment?
I mean, I think we'd be more together because it wouldn't be as much judgment, I would feel.
Now, to keep in mind, though, again, we talking about the parents. So take the environment out. Now you got the actual parents raising. So what kind of environment is that going to create?
We talking about blended? We blended it, everybody?
We go out, there ain't no Frisco. It's just one big land. There ain't nobody can, gated communities. We all just the same.
It ain't no City Hill. It ain't no
none of that. None of that.
We all just in the mix together.
You know what I'm saying? So where you can't
And they
say,
got it roped off.
and you can't say, I'm from the colony. I'm from Low M. You can't say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I
It
think.
would be balanced. It would be.
Well, see, I think it'll be funny to me because you still got the individual who had the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
They
So
gonna
you-
get a perception.
Yeah.
But you gotta also think about it. Don't nobody would ever know what's better than what because they never experienced it. Because everybody all equal. Don't nobody know what no big house is because I'm pretty sure if they got a big house, they got a big house. Everybody got a big house.
I'm just saying for
Ain't
the fact,
nobody better than.
and I agree with you. I'm just saying for the fact we have it like this for a while. But you get that one ambitious person, like, I want more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach my kids so and so. You know what I'm saying? If you just look at when we go to
There's
work,
gonna always be somebody gonna try to find a way.
it don't matter. It's like we're going to work. It don't matter
competitive.
what department you in, right? You got one who feel like I can do better than everybody. No matter what environment you
no
in.
cap.
The only problem is that some of them environments hide that stuff and some information where you don't know how this person is. It's something come out in the news or so and so, like the guy with Buc-ee's, recording people. Like, bro, what you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Might have grew up in a nice, home, nice parents, good environment, but you still doing stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a whole, just something to think about. Little devil's advocate.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
That was a good topic. I don't even want to say good topic. How y'all?
Man, that was a great topic, man.
I feel like we got some more we could touch back off on in another time too.
it could definitely be a part two with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we didn't go.
Watch out for the spinoff. Watch out for the spinoff.
Oh, it's coming since Chad G said what it is. So there will be a part two to this conversation. So when you hear it again, please don't say, why again? We already warned you.
To be continued.
We
just want to put it on your brain
warned
right
you.
now. It's ding ding.
Man, we appreciate y'all chiming in, diving in, and listening. Hopefully, we gonna try to push a little bit more episodes out here, though. We trust me, we all be working just like everybody else be working. So we are human, but we are gonna try to push more episodes. We can try to get our buzz on a little bit more, get on out there. We are some respectable young men up here. We got a great connection. We ain't nobody trying to be bigger than nobody. I'm not in competition with this, that guy at all. We all are equal.
Trying to get better.
We are all equal.
Just trying to get better. Humble.
But I always got to ask my boy Young Wade one time, do he got any apps that you need to let people know what it's about? I just got to ask.
Man, fuck all that shit, dog. This dude right here, man, he get to sit in the couch every time, y'all.
So you want them to vote? Should he be off the couch?
Yes. Do it. I want the viewers and the subscribers, hey, in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Vote. Should he be off the couch? You know what I'm saying? Because he gets too comfortable. He want to pull the table.
Two sides.
He want to pull the table to him. You know what I'm saying? He want to do all that. What y'all think? You know what I'm saying? Should he, next podcast, should he be able to sit in this chair where I'm at? I get to sit over there. What y'all think? But yeah, go hit me up on Instagram at redhead_roster. That's redhead_roster. Go follow your boy, man. You did.
And also go ahead and add your other boy over there, Ugly Truth King, ugly_truth_king. Anybody got anything?
Yeah, and y'all go and add my TikTok. I ain't got one.
No, but I do got one more thing to say. You know what I'm saying? If y'all this style right here with the two sides to a story in the left hand corner of your shirt, man, that's the Young Wade style, man. If you want that shirt, any color, hit up my boy Ugly Truth. You know what I'm saying? That's his Instagram name. You know what I'm saying? You can see it up there, Ugly Truth on our poster. Yeah, shout out to Two Sides to a Story podcast, baby.
And we got some more stuff coming for you, baby. One time.
We're gonna hit you all avenues, man. We trying to get it on, and get it strong, man. Two sides to a story podcast. It's the host B Mike.
Young Wade in the cup.
Ugly Truth.
And Chad G.
Till the next time we see you. P.S. man, and I ain't leaving my seat.